sunny Sunday afternoon. Yeah, I got it right today. Sunday afternoon. And welcome to another episode of Dear Van. And as usual, before we delve into all that we have for you, go out there, tell your family, tell your friends to stop whatever they are doing and come listen to some marital wisdom. And so, as usual, I'll go out there and let everyone know that Dear Van has started. So today we really blessed to have with us Mr. and Mrs. Osei Nyantakyi. Thanks for joining us, Michael and Fosti.
Oh, you're welcome.
Awesome. And so let me just let the folks know that we are live and then we can get going. Okay. Now, it's been more than a month or maybe two since we did This Is Our Story. And so today we have another episode of This Is Our Story. I'm sure it's going to be awesome. So let's delve right in. Who made the first move? Because I'm going to start from that person.
She did.
Awesome. Okay. Yes. Good. So, Fosti, tell us, how did this start?
I think it all started from University of Ghana,
Okay.
College of Agriculture. We are classmates, or we were classmates in school then.
Okay.
And at the time, of course, I was young and extremely innocent.
Okay.
But of course, in as much as I was innocent, whenever I saw a good thing, I knew that this was good. And then Michael too was the quiet type. He knew how to treat ladies.
Okay.
He has these sweet talks. And then whenever he came to class, the way sometimes he spoke to some of our classmates, I just admired him. And I watched from a distance. And I just thought to myself that, this guy is a good guy. And there was this particular girl in the class that he was very close to. I wouldn't mention her name. And whenever he came to sit by, the ladies. And then sometimes, when the ladies come late and there's even no seat, he would just sacrifice his seat and then you just go and sit at the back. And then I was watching very closely. I was like, this guy is good. And then I liked his name as well, Osei Nyantakyi. So I used to call him Nyantakyi. Then you go like, hey, I for silver to Mediana. He didn't know that I had a plan. So I think during our course, there was this.
Oh, it looks like we had a glitch there. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah, okay, yeah. It looks like we lost you for a bit. But yeah, continue. I mean, we are enjoying it. Can you hear me?
Could you hear us,
so you can hear me now, right? Hello, Michael?
Can't hear. I think so. We can't hear.
So, Fosti, can you hear me? Michael, can you hear me?
We can't hear. I think.
Oh, okay. But we can hear you live and clear. I mean, loud and clear. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I mean, it was getting so exciting, and then
somebody was calling, so we can hardly hear you. We can't hear you.
Oh, really?
We can't hear you. Yes.
Okay.
We can't hear.
So kindly drop and rejoin. Yep. Drop and rejoin. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, it was getting so juicy, and our feed to Michael and Fosti, but they would be joining us soon, and then we would proceed. And so, hey, okay, it seems we have. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Awesome. Okay.
Sorry about that.
Good to no problem. I mean, we were really enjoying it. So good to have you back. Let's go. Continue from where you stopped.
Yeah, so what happened was, we there's this course. We've been going for this level 300 course,
Field
Okay.
trip.
field trip.
Yeah.
Yes,
Long
Okay.
vacation.
and then fortunately, we happen to be in the same group, and I was like, thank God this guy is in my
Eh?
group. So even though I didn't have most of my friends in the group,
Okay.
the mere fact that he was in the group, I think I was okay.
It was enough
It
motivation.
was
Yeah.
enough motivation for me. So then that was when I actually got closer to him. And then too, he was the leader of our Christian group. And then
Oh,
he
okay.
used to pray a lot. And
Okay.
then, whenever he came around, the way there was fire. So whenever
Eh?
he's leading the group, because of, I wouldn't say because of him per se, but he was also a motivation for me to join the militia. They used to call it militia, right?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
So
Oh,
he brought that branch of it to our group. So I used to
okay.
attend most of the time, and then
Mm.
later on, we had this mini group that was set up within
Okay.
the group that we were in. And because
Okay.
he's Osei and I'm Obodai, we're all O, so they put us in the same group because it was according to alphabet. It was in alphabetical
Okay.
order. So yeah, we happened
Okay.
to be in the same group. So that was when we actually got close, and then we
Okay.
spoke a lot. Then that was when I actually got to know him, that we even had a lot in common. So
Oh.
his birthday is 18th of November. Mine is 16th of November, and I was like,
Oh.
this man, there is a match made in heaven.
Eh? Oh.
So basically,
Wow.
yeah, that was it. I'll leave the rest to him to also say his part.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
So, Michael, at what
yes.
point did you start picking up some signals that no, she might be interested?
Okay. I think we after the long vacation trip,
Yeah.
she was still in touch. We talked,
Okay.
but at that time, I had a lady who was very close to me.
Okay.
We were friends, but some
Okay.
people thought there was
Yeah.
something
Right.
going on, but it wasn't so.
Yeah. Right.
So she's the one who hinted me.
Oh.
Yes, and
Okay.
then yes, and then when I went to class, I realized that Fosi was uneasy because I think
Okay.
she got to know that I know
Oh.
he had a crush on me. So
Okay.
fast forward, you know, I I also admired her,
Okay.
and I said, "Oh, we have a friendship. Why don't I get to know her better?" So
Okay.
we started studying together, and it
Okay.
got to a point. At that time, I was also looking forward to be in a relationship.
Okay.
But I hear people talking about falling in love, and then you meet somebody that will sweep you off your feet, and you
Yeah.
can't even eat or even drink water without thinking about the person. But that's not me.
Okay.
I can bond with you, we'll talk and everything. But when I get my FIFA or my video game,
You forget about everything.
oh, or my movies, like, forget about it. So it got to a
Right.
point. I said, how do I get to feel that way? I want
Okay.
somebody special in my life. But
Okay.
so I prayed to God, and I was asking
Okay.
God that He should let me know.
Okay.
So when Fosti came along, I said, oh,
Okay.
let me give her the chance. Let me
Okay.
give myself also the chance to love.
Okay. Yeah.
So as we became friends, we got
Okay.
to a point that I realized that I'm also feeling something for her. But at that
Okay.
point, I couldn't really pinpoint whether it's love, infatuation,
Okay.
or what you call it. So
Right.
yes. So, and knowing that she was into me, I was
Mm-hmm.
careful because I don't want anything that would jeopardize that friendship because I
Right.
really cherished
Right.
it.
Yeah.
So I wanted to be very sure
Mm-hmm.
before. So at the
Yeah.
point that I was certain to give it a shot,
Yeah.
I think she was a voter. Her
Okay.
that I think was
Daughter.
about uh, uh, 2 days after my birthday or something. I went
Okay.
to her, and then I was sitting. I was just looking at her. She said, "Why am I staring at her?" Then I just poured my heart out, and
Okay.
she couldn't believe it. I said, "No, I'm telling you," but she thought I was just. No, I said, "No, I'm serious.
But
I want us
yeah.
to be more than friends. If you give me
Quick
the
question,
opportunity."
Michael. Quick
Yeah,
question, Michael. You
yeah.
said she couldn't believe it. Firstly, you've been expecting this for God knows how long. How on earth were you not believing it?
Um, One, I think I was a bit shocked, and two, he was the type who never really showed. It
Okay.
was like that with everyone. So
Okay.
I I honestly didn't think that he actually, because he never behaved any differently towards
Okay.
me than
Okay.
like any of the friends. So I didn't see what he saw in me that made him like certain that it was me that he wanted to move on with.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I really needed to see something different because he was nice to everybody. So what was
Okay.
it? What shows that what you feel for me is different?
Okay.
So I wasn't really certain about it. Yeah.
Awesome. Michael, we go back to you. Continue your story.
Okay, so after that, I needed to prove myself, you know.
Okay.
Yes, and you know, if you love somebody and you care about
Yeah.
the person, you know,
Yeah.
you tend to be able to put them before you in
Mm.
everything that you do. You get it? And because
Right.
we were on campus, and then we had this friendship, and then we wanted to have something good for ourselves
Hmm.
that our families will not be ashamed of. You get
Yeah.
it? There is a need to support each other,
Right.
and then be able to go through the school, and after that pray to God to secure us a job. and
Right.
and I quite remember when we started dating, and then uh, we had to complete
Hmm.
school. I chose Western region, and Fossey said,
Okay.
oh, she also chose Western region. Yes, even though she's a Thelma girl. You know, I said, I'm going to to Takrade.
Oh
And she
God.
followed, and it really helped because,
Okay.
you know, she got a job uh, at Western region.
Okay.
After their service there, I also got a job
Oh, okay.
after Krade, after my. So
Oh,
that yes, so I think getting to know each other, and then
yeah.
encouraging each other,
Hmm.
and then the base of our relationship too was centered on Christ,
Right.
because I felt that if I care about somebody and I love somebody, I should
Hmm.
be able to do it right as a Christian. And
Right.
and at that time, I was very very cautious, because
Okay.
if I enter into something and then I give my word, I
Hmm.
want to see you through. So I quite remember when we finished that service,
Hmm.
I told Fossey that when I secure a good job,
Okay.
I'm going to marry you.
Oh, awesome. Lovely.
Yes, my first
Okay.
job there was ups and down, but then
Okay.
immediately I got a secure job in Accra.
Okay.
A year after, we tied a knot, and
Wow.
it has been a blessing. And
Wow.
I will say that, firstly, thank you for loving me. Oh yes, sincerely
Oh,
speaking, yes, because you
awesome.
know, if you tend to give your all to somebody who
Yeah.
cherishes you, who
Yeah.
adores you, who
Yeah.
loves you, no matter what, you will sail through the storms of life. And
Wow.
that's what I think is, it has been a blessing getting
Wow.
to know Fosti and being with her
Mm.
through up to this time. Yeah.
Wow. So viewers out there, you just saw that butterfly moment. It was so, I mean, awesome. Now, so quick one, Fosti, did you think at a point that this is, and I'm asking this because you were the one showing the signs earlier, right? Did you think at a point this thing wasn't going to happen? Like sometimes it looks like you're getting closer, then all of a sudden that you see him with another person as well, then you go like, oh no, this is really getting messed up. Was there something like that?
Yeah, I would say there were a couple of times, but not necessarily with someone else. But
Right.
as he said rightly, he said that when he proposed, I wasn't so certain. I was shocked. Yeah, that
Yeah.
is true. But going on in the relationship, he wasn't so certain
Okay.
whether it was actually going to um like whatever plans that he had for himself and for us
Hmm.
was actually going to materialize. So he,
Okay.
in as much as he wanted the best, he was a bit skeptical or
Okay.
so unsure of the future. Okay, fine, we are of the same age, and
Hmm.
then after school, what if I don't get a job?
Yeah.
Would it mean that I'm wasting your time? Maybe by then you would want to move on. And because I don't
Yeah.
want to do that, why don't we go our separate ways and then let's see what happens in the future? Because his issue wasn't necessarily about not loving me, but his was
Right.
about the like future. It's
Right.
being uncertain and he didn't want to
Mm.
waste my. So I think basically, and I think that even after our national service, we had those moments as well, because me just after national service I had a job where I did my
Okay.
service in
Okay.
Takrade. So like I was earning salary. He did his service at SIC at the time in
Okay.
Takrade.
Okay.
So, then after national service, he had to go. He had another job. Things were not really going on well. So he
Mm-hmm.
felt that, this is what I said. So, I don't want to waste your time. And I also felt that, look, I have a job. Let's see what the Lord will do. So let's move
Right.
on. So me, I was ready to stick with him, but because he wasn't certain, he didn't want to waste my time. So he was ready to let me go, not because he didn't love me, but because he didn't want to waste my time. But I was willing to stay, and here we are.
Wow, that's awesome. And these things are very real. It's good that you brought it up. Sometimes as men, especially when it's someone you care for, someone you love, then you don't want to end up being the one disappointing the person, not in terms of not loving the person or whatever, but not being able to provide like the best for the person, right? You want to be in a good standing to be able to care for her. So awesome. I'm glad you guys saw it through. Now coming to marriage, right? Um, did you have? Of course, we all do, but Michael, did you have any fears? So at the point that now, okay, job, everything is working fine, you think that, okay, I'm going to really make it up to her and marry her as I've promised. Did you have some fears going into marriage?
Okay, I didn't have that. I was
Okay.
optimistic. Yes, I was
Okay.
very optimistic
Right.
because I know I have someone special,
Okay.
and spending eternity or my
Right.
life with a person is just awesome. So I didn't have any hesitation or any reservations about it.
Okay.
All that I was uh, hoping is
Mm-hmm.
for God to guide us,
Right.
is for our marriage to be centered on Christ,
Right.
and everything that we do, it should be focused on Christ. And
Right.
I think that was my main focus. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. So someone says that the love is deep. Yeah, someone I can see that. Yeah, the love is really deep. And Emily says that I'm proud of you guys. Emily, I join you to be proud of them as well. Now, okay, so two lovebirds, you guys have been through it in school and all. You guys get married, and then all of a sudden there is a surprising moment. It's like, oh, I didn't think or I didn't expect this in marriage. Like, firstly, what was that moment for you?
Okay. I think that surprise, surprisingly, that
Right.
surprise
Hmm.
was positive.
Awesome.
The
Tell
reason
us.
why I said that was, during the relationship, I mentioned earlier that he wasn't so sure whether or not things were going to work out. So when he had a job, in as much as like he told me that he would like when we got married, I thought he was still going to be that, okay, yeah, we are married, but surprisingly, he turned out to be, the caring type,
Okay.
because during the relationship, I felt like I was the one always showing, like, quote unquote, the love, but he was a
Affection
bit
and all.
indifferent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, all the affection, and
Yeah.
most of my friends know that me, I'm that type. I will show you affection that one day. But he's is awesome.
Yeah.
So when we got married, I thought it was still going to be like that. I'm indifferent, but he
Okay.
will treat you well though. But I'm indifferent. But when we got married, he showed me a part of him that I never really expected.
Okay.
I said, I said, "Are you okay?" Then, when we got married, we were not staying together. I
Okay.
was still in Takrade,
Okay.
and he was in Accra at the time. In as much as I wanted us to be together, we were not together.
Right.
So I thought, oh, okay, he being in Accra, he would be there, and then I would still be intact, right? Just like in the relationship. But he was always coming forth
Okay.
during my pregnancy and
Okay.
everything. He was just coming, showing forth almost all the time.
Wow.
So I think that I felt he became more responsible,
Okay.
which I wasn't expecting though, because
Right.
I thought it was still going to be that relationship there. But he showed that, we are at a different level now. I would
Yeah.
have to show that I'm a man, do this, do that. And when during the relationship, we took things lightly. I used to go to his house to wash, because where I was staying during my service,
Yeah.
where I was staying, water wasn't really flowing at my place. So we used to discuss this thing a lot.
Okay.
When we are washing, you wash his things, I wash my things.
Right.
So, not knowing he had a problem with it, that whenever I came to his house to wash, I wasn't washing his clothes. I had to see to it that he washes his own clothes. But when we got married,
Yeah.
he told me that, look, my dear, now that we are married, don't expect me to be washing my clothes by myself. You have to be doing that. And
Okay.
number two,
Yeah.
because I was staying alone,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I didn't used to cook a lot.
Right.
I'll just go and buy food at the restaurant and
Yeah.
eat. I'll keep the rest in the fridge. Of course, I had to enjoy being single.
Yeah.
I didn't want to put myself with cooking.
Yeah.
But he told me that, look, my dear, now that we are married, in
Yeah.
as much as I'm not staying with you, anytime I'm coming around, you need to what? You need to
Cook.
cook
Yeah.
for me. You need to
Yeah.
do this. And he sat me down to explain these things to me. Honestly, when he did that, I was like, hey, you see how things have
Yeah.
become serious. So,
Right.
but I mean, I had to accept them because of some of the things that my parents taught me as well, and he also telling me.
Yeah.
I think I got to understand. And one thing that he told me was that his mom's soup is very nice, which I testify to.
Okay.
His mom's food is excellent.
Oh God.
He told me that there's one thing that he wants me to do for him. I
Okay.
should go to his mother
Okay.
and learn how to cook
Okay.
his palm nut soup
Okay.
and all that.
Okay.
And I made an effort to do that.
Oh.
So these are some of the things that, yes, he did.
Wow.
And I had to go for practicals from his mother.
Wow.
Okay, yes.
Oh.
That's
Okay.
eh. So those things, in as much as we're cool,
Mm.
when we got married, he made certain things clear to me that these are the things that I want. So
Okay.
initially it came as a shock, but I had to learn to do them anyways. So when did you
Right.
become this bossy? But I think it has helped. So
Right.
that was one, yeah, thing that,
Wow. That's
yeah, I was
awesome.
surprised about. Yes.
Sir David says, greetings. Say, Sir David, good to have you. Then Nana Sechibiado says that very proud of you guys. We all saw how you loved each other and you have come this far. I mean, Nana Sechibia, even as I sit here, I could feel the love. You could actually feel it. Awesome. Now, so Michael, for you, what was that moment? You go like, oh, I did not expect this. I mean, in the positive or in the negative. And let me tell you a story. When I got married to Prissy, right? Maybe we just got about a month or something. Then Prissy knows that I don't like pounding fufu, right? And the first time we're supposed to eat fufu, Prissy said I should come and pound. I said, but me, I don't pound fufu. Why would I come and get a fufu ready for us to eat? And Prissy said, no, you have to come and pound. I got angry. I said, I wouldn't eat again. I wouldn't eat. I mean, then I went up. Then we were building close to where we lived. So I went out, went towards the building. Then I just felt a voice asking me, "Oh, so where are you going?" Like, as you just, where are you going? So now, Michael, tell us, what was that surprising moment?
Uh, Well, a surprising moment.
Mm-hmm.
I want to pick one of them.
Yeah, yeah. Pick out of the lot.
Uh, which one?
No, no,
Which
don't
one?
look at don't look
You
at him.
trying to
Don't
tell
don't
us?
let
Which one?
don't let
Oh,
him
so what
influence the
comes to
one
mind?
you
Just
pick.
Which one?
Don't let her influence the one you pick.
the one that is Osei.
Okay, so
Mhm.
I would say I thought I knew everything about Fosti.
Okay.
You understand? But
Yeah.
but yes, but when we got married,
Yeah.
you understand. I realized that there were one or two things about her
Yeah.
that I felt that, if we get married, it will be okay.
Yeah.
But it got to a point I realized that I have to get to cope with it.
Right.
So she likes to numb on the distance, chew the lips
Okay.
inside
Okay.
like this. So, but you know, my mind wasn't on this, so you stop. But when you go married, I realized that every
Yeah.
time when she's uh, doing something, she tends to do
Okay.
it irritates me, and I realized
Okay.
that this be off. So
Yeah.
I had to just let her know, yeah,
Yeah.
about it, that I don't really like it, and she was always like, but is it your lips? And I
Yeah.
said, oh no,
It's
it's not my
yeah.
lips. I said
Exactly.
I don't like it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yes. So every time I tend to bring her attention to it, it got to a
Yeah.
point I realized that I'm doing it too much. So I
Okay.
just have to let her be. And I think
Hmm.
with time, she got better, and I
Okay.
realized that I also have some question mark about one or two things about mine, but
Yeah.
she's accommodating enough. So
Right.
why should I make it a big deal? So
Right.
I think that's one of the little things that I think initially
Okay.
made me a little on the edge, but with
Yeah.
time I got to accept it, and
Right.
now I think she has improved.
Oh, we almost fought over it one time. I was just doing it and it just hit my hand. Say, Abayu, how can you do this? We almost fought. We almost fought.
Oh
So I had to
man.
leave and go and sleep in the hall. And
Right.
then later he came to me, Abayu, you have to stop that. I don't like it. So stop it. But like whenever I have to focus on something, like I say,
Yeah.
unconsciously I start doing it.
Involuntarily. Yeah.
Yeah. So of
Okay.
late there, even if like I feel the urge to do it, I'll just go and hide somewhere. Just small. And then whenever he sees it, he'll get angry. But of course, he didn't see me in action. So I mean, it's
Right. Okay.
better.
So
Yeah.
so it's quite funny and interesting. Before you get married, okay, or when you are in a relationship in the butterfly stage, there are things that you don't bother your head about. In fact, they even look so nice to you. But the moment you get married, then it's like, hey, okay, let's start
I
ordering
clear.
things around here and all, yeah. Anyway, Michael says that, oh, this Michael Osei Nyantakyi. Okay, so I'm assuming that's your brother. I salute Big Bro, wishing you more years of true love and happiness. Okay, now Eddie, Eddie Frims is saying that, why is the man being diplomatic? That is Michael. It's not one and two things about your spouse. In fact, you get to know a lot of stuff about your partner. But that's normal because we can actually never get to know everything about each
Yeah.
other. The Holy Spirit is our help, right? Yeah. So, unfortunately, it is getting to time. Now, Roxanne, thanks for joining us. Okay. Now, we only have a minute to go. When we are enjoying time, then, yeah, exactly. It's that
Oh.
fast. When we are enjoying it, time doesn't allow us. Now, okay, so firstly, if you have to give ladies out there listening to you one key advice, what would that be?
Well, I would tell the ladies out there that you see, I have I'll use like my those who are very close to
Yeah,
me as example. You see, sometimes we tend to look too far. Okay, we tend to look too far, and we tend to expect too much
yeah,
in the people that may be our potential
right.
spouses. So I think that sometimes, in as much as we expect a whole lot, oh yes, we have this dream guy, there may be certain people very close to us that like we may like.
Yeah,
So me, I think that we shouldn't look one too far.
okay,
Two, we shouldn't expect too much.
okay,
And then three, whenever we think we like a guy, I know most ladies would say, so why would you even allow, why would you even go for it to tell a
Yeah.
guy that you like him? But for me, I never really felt that, I have to be diplomatic about somebody that I
Yeah.
liked. I liked him,
Mm.
and I made an attempt to let him know that, look, I like you, and here we are. So
Wow.
if you like someone, I think that you can find ways and means, not to make it so obvious, but you can find intelligent ways and means to let the person know that, look, I care about you. That is when you are certain, or you've seen
Yeah.
certain qualities about the person that you think that you can build a life with him, not just anyone,
Yeah.
but of course you have to be reasonable and knowledgeable
Yeah.
and wise about it.
Right.
So I think that if you like someone, let the person know, do it in a diplomatic way. Be a bit persistent about it. That is when you know that this person is good and I can build a life with the person.
Wow.
And then look around your friends. Don't expect too much. He's not perfect. I wouldn't say he's
Mm-hmm.
perfect. He has, but of course, when we're dating, there were certain things that I realized about him.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, I looked at the positive aspects of him
Yeah.
that I felt would help me.
Yeah.
And I still went ahead
Mm-hmm.
to, like to move on
Right.
in life with him. I can say to the glory of God that I've not regretted
Awesome.
doing that. And I
Awesome.
can always look back and say that I know that I have gained something. It
Wow.
wasn't just the degree. Even if I had gotten third class crowd with him, crowd.
Awesome.
So I think,
Yeah.
basically that is what I would say. They should just move if they
Wow.
find someone that they like.
Wow.
Yeah.
Prissy, are you hearing that? Wherever you are, Prissy, you should have approached me to tell me you liked me. I mean, you were just not bold enough. Okay. Emily says that, yeah, so I'm enjoying it. Yeah, Emily, I'm with you. We're really enjoying it. Okay, now coming back to Michael, if you have to give guys out there, the up and coming generation, an advice, what would that be?
Okay. The advice that I would give to young guys coming up
Mm-hmm.
is that they shouldn't be scared about marriage.
Okay.
It's an extension of your life. It's just that you are going to share that life with another person.
Wow.
And I think if you're a Christian,
Mm.
you should be guided by the principles,
Right.
because yes, we have the fruit of the spirit,
Mm-hmm.
yes, and then we have that of the
Mm-hmm.
flesh. But as a Christian, if you see the fruit of the spirit, I think that's what has been guiding us in our
Mm.
marriage. That's joy, love,
Love, joy, peace,
peace,
patience, kindness,
patience,
goodness, faithfulness,
kindness,
gentleness.
Yeah,
goodness,
Baba Pa,
patience,
you've chewed like that.
and yes,
Gentleness and
and then
self-control.
self-control. You
Right.
understand? So my message to them is that, because if you love somebody,
Yeah.
if you say you love somebody, it's an action word.
Right.
You need to show it.
Right.
You need to put the person in front.
Mm.
You need to be patient.
Wow.
You understand? Because you can't always have your way.
Mm.
You understand? There are certain things that you need to be able to be mindful of.
Wow.
And then you have to also have self-control. Because the fact that you are married doesn't make your feelings go away for other people.
Right.
No, you will see pretty
Mm-hmm.
ladies always. But then if you are guided by your Christian
Mm.
principles, you know that you need to have that self-control.
Right.
And I think if you should be able to make a conscious effort, if you get married, I'm telling you, the fruits of the spirit, there are 9 of them.
Mm.
If you are guided by it, you have a nice and a healthy relationship
Wow.
and a
Wow.
happy home. Yes.
That's awesome. That's awesome. AC Premper says that God bless you guys. Yeah, I joined AC to say God richly bless you guys. Now, and I'm going to have you commit to this on camera because everyone is watching. I don't think we had enough of you, and so we'll be inviting you back. And you can't say no because everyone else is watching. Yep. So, will you be coming for another episode when we invite you?
Oh, sure.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you. Thank
Definitely.
you for committing to that. Ladies and gentlemen, all
Thank you
too
for
soon.
having us.
Oh, sorry. Go
Yeah.
ahead. Go ahead.
I said thank you for having
Oh,
us.
I mean, it's been,
Yes, we've enjoyed this
yeah,
program,
it's been
sharing our
wonderful.
experience. Yeah, it's been wonderful.
Yeah, all too soon, we've come to the end of another wonderful episode. I'm so sad saying this, but yes, I mean, we got to go do other things, and so for now, we draw down the curtains, but make another date with us next week for yet another episode of Dear Van. So right from here, it's me reminding you again that always remember that no two relationships are the same. Thank you. Bye-bye and cheers.
Bye.
Look at the sources of financial pressures. Now, we've identified two main sources of financial pressure. So the first one being internal, that is internally generated in the marriage, and the one that is without, the externally generated ones. What makes you two happy, and not allow the pressure of having to impress everyone have a toll on your marriage. For example, if what you can afford is a single room somewhere, what matters is that you are happy, basically, and not what will my friends say, what will my family say, what would everyone say, apart from what would my spouse say.
Having kids is like having little bosses at home. They control what you do.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to control kids.
Yeah.
So it's not easy to handle them.
Yeah.
It brings a lot of pressure, especially if you are not that used to taking care of